Nice World videos. We're back at my favourite beach here with the latest news. Playa acequion, right next to Torrevieja. And I'll tell you why it's my favourite beach. Because you can go out for miles before the water goes above your knees. So it's really great for kids. And like I mentioned so many times, you've got all the restaurants all along here. And you can always get parking around here as well. Anyway, we're going to crack on with the latest news. And we've had a fighter jet almost slamming into thousands of people at an air show. We've got a little video of that. Yeah, literally meters. And also we got the news of a woman that's actually hired a place out with a car included for a month. And what a nightmare. Yeah, updates on that as well. We've got roads that are becoming free the other side of Spain. So yeah, we're going to crack on with all the latest news for you. What's been going on in Spain, Costa Blanca, and make sure you subscribe if it's your first time to the channel. Starters, we're going to tell you about the toll roads from the 11th of November 2026. AP68 Bilbao to Zaragoza is going to come free. You ain't going to have to pay for that one. They've already done the other one by the other side of Alicante Airport. They made that free. It was temporary. They just need to do the ones here by Costa Blanca, Torrevieja, the old AP7 at Lazina, because they're just pointless. Over €5. They put them up every summer for the tourists. But yeah, absolutely waste of time, and they need to open it up and make things a lot easier. But that's good news for the people that are coming from that side. It's like a 300-kilometre stretch of road. Other bit of news is about a woman that actually rented her house out. So this is a big warning, so make sure you listen to this story, because this could lead you in a lot of money, a lot of fines she could end up with, all because she was doing someone a favour. British woman retired, and yeah, she's ended up letting her apartment out, and now she's ended up with loads of fines, all because she was good enough to let people use her car. So what happened in Torrevieja, St. Louis, and of course she included the car. When she rented it out, these people took the car when they come and booked her apartment in June, and yeah, it was a nightmare. For doing a nice person, they end up racketing loads of speeding fines, and I mean loads. When she got back to her place in Torrevieja and she went to her mailbox, they was all piled up, 10 of them. It was a loss of 4 to 6 points on your licence for every penalty. And of course there was fines from €400 to €600, which was each offence. And yeah, she's actually lost her licence. Absolutely bonkers. But if she can identify the driver, you know, and prove it wasn't her, she might be able to save her licence and not pay all these fines. In Spain, the responsibility is actually on the person that owns the car. If they let the car out to people, you've actually got to make sure that you have everything written down and signed, that they've got permission and the dates and everything. So if anything happens like this in the future, you're not going to cop up all their offences. In Spain now, they're just fitting up all new radars all over the place, not just detecting on a phone, all kind of, especially on a CV905, which is a little stretch there just before Torrevieja. Just by Torrevieja going up towards Casada there is a speed limit, and they've got a radar there where we've got all the work going on. So this is where all the tickets were mainly fined. This is where all the fines were, just on that bit. I hope this don't happen to you if you do come over and you let people use your car, even if it's family. Make sure you get their name, dates and times, get it signed, so when any of this happens in the future, you're not going to end up paying their fines or end up losing your licence. Before we get on to the fighter jet that nearly crashed into thousands of people here in an air show in Spain, we've got a little story about Gordon Ramsay, because he reckons the Spanish wine are the best wines going. I'll tell you something, not only the best wines, they're probably the cheapest as well. We get a bottle of wine, the governor, for like €2 in Mercadona, and everyone swears by it. They do a red wine and a white wine for €2. I mean, that probably costs about 14, 15 euros in the UK. As you know, Gordon Ramsay is one of the most famous chefs in the world, and he's won loads of Michelin stars and everything. And about 17 Michelin stars, and he retains 8 of them already. Together with his media presence have made him one of the most international references of gastronomy. Yep, Ramsay's opened the first Hell's Kitchen. And I remember when I was in America, Vegas, at a Hell's Kitchen course. Being Ramsay, you're going to have to book months in advance apparently, but in one of the islands here, Ibiza, which diners can enjoy. He can have one of his speciality dishes, as you know, he dishes up. He don't mess about either, as you know, he's a bit foul-mouthed and can be a bit strict the way he goes about things. I don't know many people do like him or not, but yeah, he says it as it is, I suppose. Very passionate about the craft. He seeks to take cooking to another level. Very passionate about his work, the Spanish cuisine, for which he has a great respect for. And his opinion is that Spanish wines is simply the best. He's included in all his menus. Says it's in another league. The Spanish wine is another league. When you're comparing it to Italy and France and all around the world, he says, yeah, you can't beat it. In the US, you know, you've got the good wines from the Iberian Peninsula, among the most sought after. He still swears by the Spanish wine is in a class of his own. And that's Gordon Ramsay's opinion. That's my wife's opinion. She'd probably say the same. She loves the old wine. Little update on the old project in Torrevieja. Of course, we're meant to be finished this July. It's going to be next July. 120 million spent on the old project. It's had a visit from the mayor talking about the updates to the port area and of course where the fun fair is going to go back to once it's all completed. And yeah, it's coming along pretty well. It's going to be a massive leisure hub and recreation. Of course, like I mentioned, it's going to have everything now. Tons of bars, restaurants, shops, cinemas, the full Monty, and that's going to attract a lot more people into Torrevieja. And parking could be a bit more tricky, even though they've got more car parks. Have done a parking video on my channel where you can park for cheap if you did want to check that out. And finally, the last story, of course, is this fighter jet in an air show. I've even got a video of it as well. Apparently, it was art-stopping kind of a roll going on, and it got that close to all the people watching. And they were all on a beach, and the excuse was it had to avoid a flock of birds. It was the F-18 plane, dipped within metres of thousands of people during this air show. These air festivals they hold in the northern part of Spain. It was only the other day, Sunday, this all happened. Everyone was gobsmacked. It performed such a dangerous move. It looked so dangerous that people on the beach thought it was going to crash into them. They're saying he was actually a hero because by a miracle he actually avoided a really, really severe kind of accident, as you can imagine. An F-18 fighter jet tumbling towards you at a billion miles an hour. It was actually rolling out of control. But yeah, he managed to make it look like it was part of the stunt, but that was a real reason. It was a flock of birds, and yeah, could have been pretty nasty. But that's all the news we got really. Apart from the weather, it's actually cooled down a bit now. We're floating around the 30s degrees out in Spain. No rain, of course, which is great. And a lot cooler at night, around about 23, 24 degrees at night. The humidity's dipped as well. So 30 degrees this week, not too bad. And I don't know what's happened to July, because July's almost gone. Next week's August. And I'll tell you what, August is where it starts ranking up the temperatures. That's when we're going to start getting the mid-30s, the 36s. Of course, the humidity starts skyrocketing. Okay, that is it today, I'm afraid. That is the news. Hope you enjoyed today's news and let us know what you think, especially about Gordon Ramsay and his wine. Also, don't rent your place out with a car, because otherwise you'll end up like that woman with an hefty fine and no licence. But it's Luego from Torrevieja, and don't forget to check out the other videos we've done the other day.